Hello, I'm Michelle from Protein Software. I will introduce you to the adding SMTP addresses part of Account Manager for Microsoft 365, known as AMM365. Whether you have an on-premise Exchange server or a synchronization of your accounts with Office 365, you will at some point modify or add SMTP addresses to your Active Directory accounts. In a classic Active Directory interface, SMTP addresses are stored in an attribute named proxy addresses, but very difficult to access. Adding by this method is therefore far from easy, not to mention the risk of error. In our example, all users in our OU accounting have an SMTP address of contoso.com. We want to add a domain.com address to them. In the SMTP tab, we will choose the OU accounting. We check that we are in the SMTP Address Edition tab. And here we have some options available for the SMTP prefix. We will come back to that later. On the right we enter the SMTP domain that we want to add, domain.com. Let's go back to the prefix part. We have 4 options. The first is if you want to keep the same email address format as the main address. In case the user does not have an SMTP address, AMM365 will use the SAM account name to create it. The second option, AMM365 retrieves the UPN prefix. As mentioned in our video concerning the UPN, it is the account in the form of an email address. The third option, AMM365 retrieves the SAM account name. The SAM account name is the user logon name found here. And finally the fourth for personalization according to the user's first and last name with the choice of a separator. Let's choose to take the first name last name format. On the right, we have other options that can be very useful for mass modification. At the same time, we will be able to tell him to create the SMTP address in lowercase, to change the UPN, to change the user's email address attribute, and to make it a main address. Let's run a test with these options. The test does not modify any information in the Active Directory. This allows us to check the changes that will be made. As here with Alexandra Rue's account, her rue@contoso.com email address will be changed to alexandra.rue@domain.com. UPN will be changed in the same way. And the SMTP address alexandra.rue@domain.com will be added as the main address. Let's apply the changes by clicking on Go. Let's check in the Active Directory. We can see it more easily with AMM365 in the Active Directory tab. The UPN, email address, and SMTP address have been changed with the new domain name. This is how in just a few clicks, without any script, you will be able to add an SMTP domain, and modify the UPN and the email address of a multitude of accounts in complete security. Well, I hope this part answered your questions. Do not hesitate to ask us your questions or give your opinions directly on our site and to visit our other videos online. Thank you and see you soon at www.am365.com.